A small farmhouse sits on the borders of the kingdom of Rohan. Gambling with a warband of his warriors are journeying back to Edoras when ambushed by a force of Uruk led by the treacherous Saruman. But all is not lost. Eomer, the marshal of the Riddermark, with a small band of riders have arrived to reinforce the forces of Rohan. If Eomer can kill Saruman, then Theoden will be freed from his curse. But if Saruman can slay the king's nephew, then the future of Rohan will be doomed. Welcome to Conquest Creations.
Hey guys, I'm Alex from Mount to Go Gaming, and today I'm bringing Muster of Isengard to the battlefield. This edition, the Muster of Isengard has had some awesome changes. Saruman feels far more lethal with his magic, Grima is an absolute pest, and just the Uruk overall are far more killy when they're up against men. In this list, I have Saruman on foot with Grima Wormtongue and an Uruk captain. With them, I have 2 Berserkers, a banner, 6 shieldmen, 10 pikes, and 6 crossbows. And I'm super excited. I'm keen to bring these models to the table. They're one of my favorite armies and one of my oldest owned armies as well.
Jude from Living by the Law podcast here, bringing the Kingdom of Rohan. First time I've played them in this edition and most of last edition as well. They were an army I used to play way back in the day. We get the bonus to Horse Lord in this army, making it a 5-up save, and we get the +1 strength on the charge, which is going to be really nice for cracking through those Uruk-hai. We are gonna hopefully just get up in Alex's face and overwhelm him with some fast cavalry charges. Gonna see if Eomer can put in some serious work. We've got Eomer on a horse with throwing spear and shield. He's got 2 royal guard on horse with throwing spears, and then we've got 3 riders, one of them with a throwing spear as well. Then we've got Gambling and a captain. Gambling, of course, has the royal standard of Rohan. The captain's got armor and a shield. And then they've both got 2 warbands of 12 with 4 of each type of warband: archers, spear and shields.
My name is Jacob Lucas, a Conquest creator, and I'm going to be your host for today's battle report. Today, I'm happy to announce Conquest Creations' next Kickstarter. We have the Kingdom of Saxonia Volume 2. In the Kingdom of Saxonia Volume 2, we're revisiting our original Kingdom of Saxonia sculpts. These were our very first STL Kickstarter several years ago, and needless to say, we've gotten a lot better at sculpting since then. So everyone who's ever bought the Kingdom of Saxonia buildings will get an update to those for free. Basically, we've just done little quality of life improvements, like adjust the horse head so they look a little bit better and they're a bit more durable. But of course, that's not all. We're also doing a huge amount of new buildings that all fit in the Kingdom of Saxonia theme, such as the Deep Citadel, a massive mountain fortress. In the description down below, you're going to find a link that'll take you to the Kickstarter waiting page to get notified when it goes live. And if you want to get a building completely for free, then you can download the STL file of the villager's house that we're using in this battle report. Alright, thanks for listening to me, and let's get into this game. Today's scenario, we are playing Breakthrough. This is one of the scenarios from last edition, but we're expecting it to be re-released in the new Match Play Guidebook. In Breakthrough, there are 4 objectives in the battlefield. There are 2 on the center line and 1 in each player's deployment zone. Your goal is to go and capture the objective in your enemy's deployment zone for maximum points. The ones on the center line are worth a medium amount of points, while the one in your backfield, if you protect it, isn't worth many points at all. You also get points for killing the enemy leader, as well as breaking the enemy. Jude won the roll off of deployment and started with Gambling's warband.
Yep, Gambling just going down in the middle here. Hopefully going to have this house to protect us from the crossbows that are going to tear the rest of my army apart.
So we're going to get sneaky Grima to deploy with Gambling's warband. I can deploy anywhere within 6 inches. He's going to hole up in this Rohan house, and he'll just sit there and sneak out later. My initial warband with the captain have deployed very centrally, somewhat back because we have crossbows and they're pretty good at shooting things, and I want to make Jude come to me and then Grima can run around and be annoying and chase after him.
Captain's just getting ready on the flank to hopefully use his march and get the warriors behind him and the soon to drop cavalry into a better position if they need it. Otherwise, just ready to start moving on that main objective.
So because we don't know where Eomer is going to come down, I've put everything down very centrally. So Saruman, the Berserker, and the rest of my troops. We've got the crossbows fanned out across the back line. And now, all importantly, where's Eomer going to go?
So Eomer is just going right down on the middle line, backed up with his royal guard and riders, and we're just going to have to run at these Uruk and kill them before they shoot us off the board.
And here we are at the start of the game. Good luck, guys.
Saruman's new rule this edition is Saruman's Deceit. He has to choose an enemy hero in the opponent's army. I'm choosing Eomer, and he'll get -1 to all resist tests against spells, although natural 6s still count as a 6.
So at the start of the game, priority has gone to Jude. Alex, what have you done?
So the muster of Isengard army allows all Uruk captains to call a free march on turn 1, which I am doing. Additionally, Saruman is calling a heroic channel this turn, which will cost a might point, but hopefully just really start annoying Eomer from turn 1.
So Eomer on the way in, just charging at that pikeman as the primary target. We're going to chuck a throwing weapon and see if we can get a kill right off the bat.
That is a miss. So it's a bold play, Jude, going straight in for the charge despite the channel. What's the game plan here?
Throw the kitchen sink at it and just kill as many Uruk as we can before they overwhelm us.
So we've started the move phase with all the charges. The captain hasn't moved yet, so the march has not started. So we've gone some Uruk trying to overwhelm the Royal Guard, putting in the Berserkers with Fight 5 to hopefully cut them down early. And now we're going to move Saruman and see if we can take down Eomer. We are going for I thought about it, a Sorcerous Blast on Eomer. I'd love to get him off his horse Firefoot. It is a 6. We used a heroic channel to guarantee it. Let's see the resist.
Exactly, so you don't actually even need to roll. So Jude, how much will are you going to throw at this?
I'm going to throw all 3 will points.
Huge, all right.
Go for that 6, because Eomer getting off his horse and falling flat right now, it's basically game over for Eomer. So we're going to throw the kitchen sink at it and see what we can do.
There it is. So Eomer
Natural
spends
6.
2 will, because that natural 6 saves 1.
I finished my movement by getting some pikes into support, making sure my banner was safe, and just getting the captain right behind the lines.
The shooting phase started for Jude, and all these archers and throwing weapons came into this one crossbowman and managed to take him down. So that takes us into the combat phase. Jude, do you have any heroics to declare?
I do. It stings, but Eomer is going to go for the heroic combat against those 2 Urukai with some supports. We do have Green within range, so it's going to cost us 2 might points rather than 1, but I still think it's worth it just to try and really push through before we get immobilized by Saruman for the rest of the game.
And here is the combat. Set the bar, Alex.
Got 4 dice, and I have a 5 high at the moment. I have my banner if needed, but let's see what Jude gets.
We will get the 6.
Wow.
Oh,
that was a
1s and
stressful
2s
6.
scared me. Killed him first. A second attack on him. We'll kill him.
And that will do an extra strike. Obviously, he only has 1 wound, so it doesn't matter.
But for we don't get an extra wound. Sadly. Then 4 attacks on 4 pluses on that last chap. We will get him.
Gets him.
Potential for, we just did 4 wounds to that pikeman.
All right, and where is Eomer going?
Eomer is going to go into this pikeman and Berserker.
All right, set the bar, Alex.
Berserker on black dice, not too handy, on a 5.
Come on, Eomer. We'll get the 5.
Oh, what banner?
Oh, stressful banner
6 to
roll.
win, I'd love you to spend might.
Oh, that is devastating. Dude, are you going to spend it?
We're going to spend it.
Yep.
We're going to spend it.
You're not transfixed this turn, you got to make the most of it.
Exactly. Forced a wound on the Berserker. That is 1 wound.
I'll try and save it on my save. No, he is dead. And then everything else at that pikeman, I assume?
Yep. Do the first lot of them. That'll get him.
He's very dead. It's a lot of casualties.
The next fight saw a Royal Guard go down. Next fights did not go well for Rohan. He lost a Royal Guard, followed by a Warrior of Rohan, and then another Royal Guard. Going in to turn 2, that was an action-packed turn 1. Priority this turn went to Alex. Jude, what have you done about that?
So my captain of Rohan here is going to call a heroic move, and he's going to be within 6 inches of Gambling and Grima. So Grima's going to make him spend 2 points of might. Gambling's going to let him try and use this might for free. So we'll see how the dice go.
So you need a 6 on either of these dice to keep your might. There's a 6.
I do keep 1.
So the heroic move only costs you 1.
So Saruman is called yet another heroic channel. I don't know what it's going to go at yet, but I feel like I don't need to call the heroic move necessarily this turn. The other cavalry are well out of my charge range, so hopefully just hold it for next turn.
So we've just swung Eomer back in, sent every rider into combats that we could, trying to maximize our throwing weapons. Not much success with the throwing weapons this turn, unfortunately, but we're just going to see if we can continue to kill a few more in the combat phase.
So up on my right flank, we've had a decent contingent of Uruks go and charge the Rohirrim up there, hopefully to overwhelm that side and hold the flank. Meanwhile, Green Moves appeared right behind a Warrior of Rohan, hoping to help trap him and just stay within range of all of Jude's heroes.
And now it's Saruman time.
Saruman did channel again, so at the cost of a might point, he will only spend 1 will, which he has a Staff of Power for, and he automatically rolls a 6. We're doing another Sorcerous Blast at Eomer.
We're gonna try and resist with Eomer's 1 remaining will point. Big natural 6, and we get to keep it.
Oh, huge.
Finish my movement by getting the Uruk captain into the Rider of Rohan on the flank, not Eomer. I would have loved to go in and maybe Heroic Strike against him, but I don't think this is the turn. I wouldn't like to fluff it and then just lose 2 points of might.
The shooting phase was completely ineffective this turn, and that takes us into the combat phase. In the fight phase, Rohan lost several riders as well as a couple other warriors and weren't able to put damage back in return. Now we're into the Uruk captain fighting against one of the riders of Rohan.
Shall we? I'm on a 6.
That's awesome.
Oh.
The 2 regular dudes.
Yep.
No kill.
Yet.
Capitan
Gets the kill. And the last fight is Eomer up against 2 pikemen.
2 pikemen with a spear pike support behind them as well.
So 3 dice.
Shall I set the bar?
Yeah.
A 5 high only.
There's a 6. Whoa.
He's making it by.
4s to wound all rounds. We'll go the first one on that dude. He's dead. And 4s on the other one. Very good.
So that takes us into priority for the next turn. Alex, what are you doing?
I've called the Palantir because I want priority this turn and just see if I can force Jude to spend some might for a heroic move that he has to spend 2 might for.
I am going to return that with spending a double might heroic move with gambling, and we're going to get it for free.
Should probably roll some dice.
Yeah.
Double
Can you
six,
at least
double
roll
six.
Double 6.
No.
Start of the heroic move, gambling's gone first. He's just gone into this guy, get rid of this control zone. Then we've just done a big engage, got a throwing weapon kill on the flank, and just tied up as many control zones as we can. Now we're going to go for the big swing and see what happens. Eomer is going to go into this guy and try to chuck a throwing weapon at this pikeman.
This is a huge roll.
He's
hit. All right, it's a 5 to wound.
5 to wound.
No, so close. So if he had killed that pikeman, he would have been able to go around and get into Saruman, but it's not to be. Alex's move started on the flank where he just surrounded Jude's last few models, and then in the battle lines there was just a little bit of adjusting, and now it's Saruman's turn. Alex, what is Saruman doing?
Hasn't called a channel this turn, so I have to actually roll some dice, but we're doing a 4 dice Sorcerous Blast at Eomer. That's 3 from the store, taking him down to 3 left. I need a 5+. Let's see it. I do cast it. Jude needs to, again, roll a natural 6.
Yeah.
Is the only way to resist it.
Gonna chuck the 1 will.
Here we go. The third 6. Oh, and no might in the store to keep it.
Finally!
That also does a strength 5 hit on Eomer, so let's see that. Needs a 5 to wound.
5 to wound from the Sorcerous Blast, no wound. He does get knocked flying as he goes prone, so strength 3 hit on Eomer. No wound, but he is prone.
Eomer is prone. The 2 models he was fighting is prone. And Alex, what is the end of your move?
Saruman will just end up right over there, just so he's just within range of everything right on the flank. I have a banner to move. And while Eomer is prone, he can't do damage to me. He's actually going to join in on the fight, just to hopefully smack the Marshal of the Riddermark.
On the far flank, another warrior of Rohan went down, but the other 2 survived. And then the Isengard captain lost his fight, but didn't get wounded. The rest of the fights were incredibly pacifistic. Not a single model on either side went down. And the last fight is Eomer. He's prone, fighting some other prone Uruk-hai, but there is a bannerman there who can strike him. So let's see the dice rolls.
Eomer is going to shield for this.
Fair enough, but I'm going to roll not a 6, yeah.
I'm going to get a 6.
You do.
There we
Stand
go.
up.
So Eomer stands up, and those 2 pikes are still prone. Priority this time went to Jude. Alex, what are you going to do about that?
Saruman's using his last point of might for a heroic move. It's going to get a lot of my line, and it means Jude can't really do much in response.
Yeah, he's got 1 might on the captain, but because of Grima, that's not very helpful. Saruman's turn to move. What's he going to cast?
So, Eomer looks like he's going to definitely be surrounded this turn, so I'm not going to Sorcerous Blast him. I'm going to go for a Sorcerous Blast at Gambling instead. Getting him prone would mean that the banner is turned off for this turn, which would be fantastic for my fight 4 troops.
That's huge. All right, let's see it.
I need a 5 on 3 dice. I get the 6.
There is a 6. Jude, will Gambling resist this?
He's going to throw all of his will at it.
A 5 is not good enough.
No, it is
He's
not.
out of might, so he is prone.
with Gambling now prone, we've managed to hold the Rohan line whilst trying to get as many models as possible onto Eomer. We're going to try and put as much damage as possible and pull out a cheeky heroic strike with my Uruk captain, but we'll see what Jude responds with.
So we've just done everything we can to try and consolidate into things. The captain of Rohan was a bit disappointing and rolled a 1 for his jump test to get into this guy. So he's going to be stuck there next turn. However, his friend was able to get into combat here, and then we've just moved up and around and was able to get a throwing weapon kill on the flank there.
That takes us into the combat phase. Alex, anything to call?
My captain, using the special rule from the Muster of Isengard army, is going to call a heroic strike using one of his 2 remaining might points. Hopefully try and take down Eomer, or at least inflict some serious wounds.
Out on the flanks where Jude didn't take any casualties again, so it's actually going surprisingly well for him. And now the next fight is Gambling. He's currently prone, so if he wins this fight, he can stand up and his banner can support his friends.
Take my banner. Because you can't banner. I'm chilling though, so.
Ouch. So Gambling has lost that fight. In the fights in the battle line, Jude lost 3 models, taking his casualties up to 11. So he's not broken yet, but he's running out of boys, and that goes to the main event. It's Eomer, totally surrounded, fighting all these Urukai. We're going to start with that Urukai captain's strike. He's fight 5. He's
Fight
now
6.
fight 6, so he's just matching Eomer. Wow, this is a big one. Good luck, guys.
I am going to shield. I think it's the right move here, unfortunately.
Go to the bar.
We will get 6.
6 as well.
Oh. All right.
I'm so glad I don't have to roll this.
This is a 50-50 roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good.
Big 4, 5, 6.
Hey! So these models. Oh, sorry, Alex. I promise I'm not cheering for Jude.
He says after cheering for Jude, ya dog. So a lot of movement. I have priority and Jude cannot call back. So we've gotten in, we've made sure we've gotten into the prone Gambling, and we've gone in and trapped and surrounded Eomer. Now it's Saruman's turn. He has one will left in the store. I'm going to use it and my free one for the turn to do a curse on Eomer. There's not a lot of things that I want to do. Gambling is prone already, and Eomer's out of might. So we're going to do it, try and get rid of a fate point, making killing him easier. Need a 4+. Gets it.
Gets it. So Curse just removes 1 fate point off Eomer. And then where's Saruman going to finish his move?
It's a fantastic question, Jacob. You know what? For the fans, for the culture, for everyone at home, Saruman's going to charge into Eomer.
Yes.
Just consolidated where we could, managed to get 1 throwing weapon kill on the middle, which let the captain get into a combat finally. And then otherwise, not a lot else happening for me.
In the combat phase, are there any heroics to declare?
The captain's going to use his last point of might to call a strike. I really don't want to, but it's just what's happened.
Yeah, so you're threatening Eomer there. On the flank, one War of Rohan went down, but so did an Urukai pikeman. This flank is holding incredibly well. In the main battle line, not a single model on either side went down, which is crazy. These Urukai have hatred, so they're winning on 3s and 4s, but Alex just can't roll that. And now we're into Eomer fighting against a whole bunch of stuff. So Alex, let's roll your strike.
I love this game. This is sick. I actually love games. Yes! MSBG is so sick.
All right.
Best to believe I'm shielding.
Just set the bar, Eomer.
Big shield.
Easy.
Oh, he gets the 6. Rohan 6.
There we go. Okay. So this is a roll off. 1, 2, 3 goes evil. 4, 5, 6 goes good.
Is it my role?
It is your roll. You have priority.
That's crazy.
So these models just back up. Wow. Priority this turn went to Rohan, and Jude started by using his captain to charge into the Urukai captain and bannerman. Now it's Eomer's time to go.
I'm going to go in, and on the way I'm going to chuck the throwing weapon. We're going to hit. We're going to do a fat wound. That's all it does.
It's so legit. It's so
So
legit.
that is a
It's so
wound.
legit. It's so legit.
It's a failed fate.
Fate.
So
Another
legit.
failed
Fate.
fate.
It's so legit, dude.
So Alex, you have 1 model to move. What are you going to do with Grima?
Hell yeah, I do. He's just gonna go descend down for free and go behind the captain who has the might point and try and trap him, not charging, because I'm such a nice guy.
The fight phase started with all the troops fighting against each other, and even though the Uruk-hai have way higher odds of killing the Rohirrim, it was even. Each side killed 3 models, meaning that Jude is now broken. And that's going to take us into some of these important combats. Which one's happening next?
It's time for Eomer to fight Saruman.
All right, let's see it. Good luck, Saruman.
Are you going to fight two-handed?
Thanks, Jacob.
Oh, I'm
No,
on your
not
team
gonna
now.
two-hand.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll first?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
set
yeah,
up.
see, watch this. Too high. Yeah, triple 1 right now.
You get the 5.
First banner to a 6. Oh,
In the draw.
Saruman has 2 wounds left at the moment. That means that Amy needs 2 wounds here.
or a 6.
Wounding on 5s. Let's see it. With a big whiff of wind.
Dance, baby.
And the last fight of the turn was the Uruk-hai captain fighting the Rohan captain. The Uruk-hai won the fight, did 2 wounds, but he passed his fate to survive, taking us into another turn. Priority this turn went to Jude. He started with Eomer, who passed his courage test and charged into Saruman. Now it's the captain. That is a good courage test.
And he's going to charge.
Unfortunately, Gambling just went. His courage test is in the dice tray there. He's fled the battlefield. The rest of Jude's movement finished up with 3 archers fleeing, so his back objective is still under his control, but 2 archers ran off this objective, meaning that it is open for anyone to take. And that is going to go into Alex's move.
Luckily, because of our army bonus, we're not broken yet. So the crossbow is moved to help charge that throwing spear lad, hopefully push him off the objective and secure it for ourselves.
In the fights, Jude took 2 casualties, and now we're up to this fight where Alex has just won. Alex, you've got 2 dice here. He's defense 4, you've got hatred. You need a 3. If you roll it, you'll quarter Jude. Got him with 2 6s. That archer is dead, and this is the last turn. We have 3 fights left in this game. It's the Rohan captain fighting the Uruk-hai captain and the banner bearer. Then it's Eomer fighting Saruman, and it's an all-important fight on that objective to see who can hold the side objective. So we're going to start with the captains fighting.
Yes, we are.
All right, you want to set the bar, Jude? Oh, that is a good bar.
Need 6s and needs to be on my captain. Not yet.
Banner
All
reroll.
important banner. Oh, he does it yet again!
Huge.
Crazy.
Massive performance out of the banner.
Really, see, just means our banner doesn't die, but
That'll kill the captain, take him down. All right, now the next one. Is it gonna be Eomer or is it gonna be the side objective?
To Eomer.
All right, Eomer, let's see it. Set the bar, Saruman.
I could 2-hand for the wound. You do have 2 fate left. I think I just gotta probably try not to give up more VPs and I'll just roll normally.
All right,
Set the bar.
Well, she rolls 6 anyway. Oh, okay.
4. You do have a banner reroll. Let's see Eomer though. It's a 4 as well, so a 1 in 3 chance you can win this.
No.
No. All right, so roll into wound from Eomer.
5's to wound.
2 5s. Okay, there's a 6. So that 6 is going to proc Eomer's special rule with his sword. Can't remember what his sword's called. Gulthwine?
Yeah.
Alright, so when he rolls a 6 with Gulthwine, he gets to make another strike. So, a 5 here to kill Saruman. Oh, so close. And this is the last fight of the game, and it is a massive one. The winner of this can hold that objective. So let's see it. Jude with the shield. Oh, and that goes to you, Alex. Can you get the kill? You need a single 4.
No.
Oh, wow. Is the Berserker within 3 inches of the objective?
That's in?
That's in, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Definitely in.
Yeah, you're cool, man.
So it was tight on this one. We had to call in the 3rd umpire, but that Berserker was in, so Alex will hold that one with a majority. But here we are at the end of the game, and we're tallying up our scores. Jude will get 1 point for his back objective, and Alex will get 1 point for his back objective. Jude's going to get a point for wounding Saruman, and then Alex will get 2 points for this side objective, and finally, he will get 3 points for breaking Jude. So the final score is 6 to Alex and 2 to Jude. What a match.
Well, we've clinched a very, very narrow win. It was super, super tough. Jude is an excellent opponent. And look, I got out of it lucky. What can you do?
Yeah, it was a very, very tight game. Always a pleasure against Alex, fantastic opponent. I think we maybe could have just been a little bit better moving Gambling around in the early game, but Saruman was just able to keep us out, and Eomer able to strangle the might out of me enough that I was unable to push through.
This has been Conquest Creations. Thanks so much to Jude and Alex for coming on and battling it out. Make sure to follow along with the Kingdom of Saxonia Volume 2, and until next time, have a good one.